That's crazy. Sean Townsend made a second version of Chill Switch Engage. Not Kill Switch Engage, but Chill Switch Engage. So it's Kill Switch Engage songs with piano. So I want to check this out. And while we're checking it out, I'm going to just talk about life. Wow, I didn't even know this came out. That's crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start off by saying life is a journey, life is a test. Despite what religion you have, despite what your belief system is, just know that even science proves that energy can't be created nor destroyed, only transferred. So how can there be all this without a creator? Can't have creation without creator. Just like the Mona Lisa, you could believe that somebody painted it, but you've never met the painter. You've never seen the painter. You've never even seen the painting, other than through a digital format like a picture of a picture, or a picture of a painting rather, or something through pixels on a screen, whether it's your phone, tablet, computer, whatever the case may be. You could have seen a picture of the painting inside of a book. You could have dreamed it. The point is, how do you know that somebody actually created it? Because it's there, right? Well, lo and behold, we're here. Also, how can nothing create everything? How can everything be created by nothing? There has to be a grand architecture designer who decided the parameters, the physics, just the engineering, the blueprints, the master blueprinter, master crafter, master creator. Even Jesus Christ himself on earth was a what? A carpenter. So he built. Think about that. It's no coincidence. See, in life there are no coincidences, people. You might think that there is, but everything is in God's timing. Everything happens for a reason, or a multitude of reasons. Even evil stuff. Evil stuff can be used for good. Especially your own personal struggles you've been through, or as something as even basic as going to the gym and working out. You don't go to the gym to build muscle. You go to the gym to break down muscle. And then what happens when it's broken down? It rebuilds. It gets stronger. The sweetest stuff on this planet, the most juiciest, most savory, the most amazing delicacies that you can actually consume, you know what happens? It leads to complacency. It leads to weight gain. It leads to being tired, lethargic. And what do you do after you eat? What do you want to do? You want to rest. You want to sleep. So overconsumption leads to laziness. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's talk about society. I'm 34 years old. I've been in and out of different placements, group homes, shelters, not necessarily homeless shelters, but like just places to put young adolescents who are having behavioral issues and their guardians, parents, whatever, want to take a break. It kind of sucks, but some people get thrown to those places at young ages, and they're there for years, or they're bouncing around the different places like foster homes, as I already mentioned, group homes, RTFs, which are residential treatment facilities, hospitals, psych wards, whatever. I've been to so many of those because of my upbringing. A lot of it self-inflicted, most of it just like a lack of good parenting, a bad upbringing. Alright, so with society, I learned that as I was growing up that there were people out there who you thought had your best interests, but they were only out for themselves and their own personal agenda. They will use, manipulate, and abuse to get whatever they want. And then whenever they're exposed for it, they will lie through their teeth to cover it up and to keep those lies going. So they're going to do some lies to cover up other lies. And then what's crazy is even the ones that you report it to are also part of it. So by the time you're done, you realized, wow, I don't know who to trust. And then that can form to PTSD, that can form to having those trust issues, to the ones that you thought were your friends, close family, school teachers, doctors, even a librarian. You don't know who you can trust. Looks can be deceiving. You grow up in this world understanding race, political backgrounds, different interests based on entertainment, sports. I was going to say political stuff, but I already mentioned that. And then a lot of it's just based on where you were born, who you were born around. So example would be your environment, what state you grew up in. So you're going to represent your city, your state, whatever. You're going to represent the people that were around you. And then honestly, you get caught up in this stuff because the ones that were there before you have already gotten this mindset of how things are, or stuff that they went through in their walk in life. And that gets preserved and then reserved for you whenever you hit a certain point, based on who's trying to take advantage of you. If you made it this far, then maybe what I'm saying is resonating with you. Or maybe you just want to just find more things about me so you can use it against me later. See, that's how far this goes, to where even my mindset is telling me, look, there's people that may be viewing this I don't even know, but I'm already getting this idea that people on the other end, days, weeks, months, years after this has been uploaded, decades after my death, whatever, might actually check this out and be like, this dude is crazy, or he don't know what he's talking about. And that's okay, because we're all gonna make it to where we're ever gonna make it, whenever the time is right. And if we don't make it, then none of this mattered anyway, right? But if you do feel like it matters, then maybe this stuff matters to you. Yeah, so society growing up, I learned that people put on masks all the time. Heck, I'm already covering up pretty much half of my face. I feel more comfortable with, my hair, just to stand out, just to be different. Because, to be honest with you, growing up, I didn't get along with white people or black people at all. I was too white for the black kids, and I was too black for the white kids. So I was just a social outcast. I was a reject. Not to mention, again, being in and out of different facilities for majority of pretty much my entire childhood and adolescent, like teenage years. I was in and out of different placements. So I didn't really get the social etiquette that other people got, which is also a good thing, because I wasn't brainwashed to love the things of the world as much as other people. I couldn't tell you the last reality TV show I watched, because growing up, I didn't know any better, and whatever was on TV I would kind of watch for the most part. But my entire adulthood life, I didn't care about these stupid reality TV shows that people even older than me assumed were real. But I learned at a very young age that it was scripted. Same with sports, like wrestling and stuff, which is why they changed WWF to WWE for World Wrestling Entertainment, because it's just to entertain you. It's not real. It's all scripted. Sure, people may actually get hurt. You still have to be in physical capacity to withstand the blows, or being thrown, or getting a chair hit on your face. But either way, for the most part, it was controlled, and they already had their scripts written to maximize the viewership, to maximize the fandom, people coming to the shows, people buying the alcohol, people buying the merchandise, the video games, etc. And worst of all, having those idols, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, all these people that people idolize, which that'll jump into like a similar category, but different form of media. Music, movies, art, comedy, the magic world. And I don't mean like the Illuminati, like black magic, but like just the fake TV shows, David Blaine and Penn and Teller and stuff like that. people gain their idols through these mediums, through Hollywood, through the music industry. And people grow up. It's a generational thing. It's a culture thing. But people really believe that it matters. Oh, my favorite color is this. If you wear this color, this is going to happen. If you don't like this TV show, if you don't like this cartoon character or this action figure or superhero movie, then you're not cool. Everything's upside down. See, if you look at the way these shows are created, it's all about drama and conflict. So the first minute or so is the theme song, and then like the environment to where the characters are going to be at. And then they may actually be talking happy, but then somebody comes in or somebody around the table is going to say something controversial to get everyone to focus in on them. And then they're going to have flashback stories about how that pertains to some struggle and conflict and how there has to be resolution. So the viewer is going to be thinking of the resolution, but it's the journey to getting to the resolution, which is filled with subliminal stuff that goes on in the scenes. You know, it's like, in order to save the planet, I'm going to have to murder all these people. I don't want to do it, but I'm forced to. It's for the greater good. Or, I bet if I have to go back in time to sleep with somebody's mom to where that person's not going to be born to destroy the planet. So I have to commit adultery or fornication in order to have the greater good. And then, like The Notebook, that movie's pretty much glorifying cheating. You go, girl, you get the good guy. Oh, the guy you're currently with is bad. You know, let's turn this into a love story of deceit and adultery, cheating. And then girls are being brainwashed to believing that's the way it's supposed to be until it happens to them. But you see, in society, as all these things are being pushed to this extreme, you know what it's doing? It's literally making it normalized. And not only that, because once something is normalized for so long, you get desensitized to it. And once the majority of a population becomes so desensitized to something, you know what happens? The line doesn't cross. You're not crossing the line, you're not towing it. The line will go up. So then you're going up with it. Okay, so seeing a girl in a bikini down here. Oh, I'm treading the line. Oh, well, it's normalized now. Oh, seeing her topless, but she just has panties on. Oh, now I'm up here with it, and it's going higher. Oh, she's totally naked now. Oh, whatever. Oh, they're kissing. Oh, it's getting higher. Ah, they're feeling. It's getting higher. Ah, well, now we're going to insert something in this. Oh, it's getting higher. Oh, we're going to incorporate a whole nother person with us. Well, whatever. It's not a big deal anymore. Now 3 people, now 4 people, now it's orgies, now it's this, now it's that. Oh, you know what? Now let's actually make it to where it's the same gender. Oh, whatever. Now let's bring animals in. And then it's, let's bring children in. Oh, it just, sin just keeps, and that's the whole main point. It's sin. Sin continues to grow and expand to where if you're viewing this and you think it's okay, then that clearly means you're way above at that line to where it's so normalized to you and you grow up into it and you feel like it's fine. You're so confused and you feel like sin's okay. See, and then there's the shills out there. Now the shills are the people that get paid to discredit the truthers, the people that understand the truth and spread the truth. They are pretty much the wrench inside of the cogs to make the machine jam. Oh, well, how do we get this out? Well, you don't. They just build another machine. They don't fix a machine, they build another one, but this machine already has security measures and safety measures to where it's going to be a lot harder for the truth to come out. You know what that's called? It's called censorship. Now, yeah, the Constitution's there, so they figured out ways to circumvent that. Okay, you're free to say what you want. You're free to say it, but you're not free from the consequences of what may or may not happen to you based on saying it. And you know what happens? It comes to a point where people are afraid to speak out because they don't want to be canceled. Because cancel culture, if you don't understand, which you probably do in a certain capacity, is where you are blackballed, you're not relevant. In fact, you're shunned and hated from certain communities, mainly the internet. But the people that grew up maybe with some type of integrity, who are towing that line and inching it to keep that, whenever they get to that point where it's like, I can't cross that line, well, okay, fine, you don't want to cross it, but you better not speak out against the people that are willing to, or else you're going to lose this, you're going to lose your money, you're going to lose your means of income. And in a society so screwed up, you know what happens? You lose it all. Piece by piece, you're losing family, you're losing friends, you're losing your job, you're losing your health care, you're losing everything. Sounds like the mark of the beast, doesn't it? It's the allegiance. Because it's not just, oh, no man can buy or sell without it. It's no one's going to want to put up with you or deal with you without you pledging allegiance to the enemy. And dang, saying this for the past 16 minutes right now has got me to really understand that. Because I'm actually sitting there just thinking about how clever the enemy is. And it's deeper than that. And I'm still going to unveil and uncover more as I'm not only speaking, but just as I'm living. Because that's how the system's set up. And if you don't believe me, well, look at this whole P. Diddy scandal. And how people are hiding from social media, and they're trying to say it's lies, and they're trying to point the finger at other people to get the distraction of the public off of them and on to the next person. But how did those people get to that point? Because they were towing and growing up this ladder, this line, doing things to where it could be used against them later. Oh, you're talking against me now? Okay, well, I got clips of you saying this. I got you doing that. You're going to be an accessory to these crimes, and you're going to get in trouble. People don't want to hear that, so they just keep going on and on and on. It's that saying, in too deep. These people are in too deep. And then people's lives are at risk from it because people are, killing themselves, right? No, they're being killed and they're being blamed on suicide. It's deep. Now, keep in mind, too, I would never commit suicide. I don't care how emo I look. I don't care how depressed. I don't care this, that, whatever. I don't care about, me explaining my backstory. I'm too afraid to do that. I don't want to go to hell. Especially for that. Heck no. So I'm just going to ride it out and expose these freaks. The problem is I don't have proof of any of this. This is just all speculation, because even if I can link you to some articles or some videos, that could all be doctored. I never met P. Diddy. I never been to LA, Hollywood, or anything like that to even know that anything outside of the areas I've been to even existed. But even then, they could say, well, that's just a dream state you were in. You weren't really there. You weren't really in Florida a year and a half ago. Like, you just never know. It's crazy. With all the secret societies out there rolling the world and mind controlling people and stuff. All this is making me sound crazy just for talking about it. But it's speculation though, right? Because I can't prove it. So how can I be crazy? Well, you can claim I'm crazy for believing it. The point is, yeah, I believe certain things, but it's also just critical thinking based on the stuff that's been being uncovered. See, all this stuff that's being uncovered as of recent, it isn't new to me. There are new things, but the concepts are old. People being manipulated, people being sex trafficked, etc. I've been studying this stuff since 2009, whenever I, in a sense, took the red pill and woke up out of the Matrix. Even though there were certain little things prior, people would talk about 9/11 being an inside job, etc. I didn't really care too much about it, but like whenever the bigger stuff started to become uncovered, that's when I started to really do my research and realize, also based on, like I said at the beginning, about my upbringing with people, not being able to trust people that are close to you, right? It's like nothing surprises me and nothing shocks me. Nothing I don't doubt a lot of this stuff, because if you have people with money, which is just an illusion anyway, just paper, ink, whatever, people believe that there's value behind it. People believe there's value behind gemstones and minerals and gold and all this stuff. These people with power, quote unquote, who are psychopaths, why wouldn't they get together with their G20 summits and all this stuff, talking about ways to maximize control over the population of the globe. China with the social credit score system is the proof right there. And again, here we have cancel culture and we have TikTok just messing up the minds. And I learned many years ago it's a generational thing. It's generational, but not knowing the future, you don't know how generational it is until you get there. Because growing up, I thought generational was like, okay, well, you know, people will just continue to like these stupid cartoons filled with violence. No, now it's people are literally having picket signs that are pink and blue, and then rainbow ones saying, like, hey, we're being oppressed. And they're all climbing out of the woodwork. You know the exact type of people I'm talking about. To where, like, not only are they trying to glorify it for themselves, but they're trying to recruit more people, number one. And number two, they're trying to persuade people to not speak against it who aren't in that camp, which by default puts them in that camp. What I'm trying to say is straight people who would never do anything sexual with the same gender are still being recruited to pretty much harass people, yell at people who wouldn't support it. So they're yelling at people to lay off of speaking out against it, which makes them an ally, even if they're not into the same gender. And then it's all under the guise of diversity. But you see, that's the devil having these strings put on all these people. Because in the Bible, it talks about they're called legion, for they are many. And they don't understand that they're being used as pawns to glorify sin. And then you want more proof of that? Look at the whole abortion topic. Murdering innocent life. And having these little slogans. They say these slogans to where it becomes so normalized, it's people chanting it in many different ways. They have many chants, like my body, my choice, BLM, just stuff like that. It's my body, I can do what I want. So when people hear that, they regurgitate it as their points for it being not only normal, but acceptable. Because something could be normal, not accepted. Like selling drugs. It's normal, because many people are doing it, but it's not accepted by most people. But so they're trying to make this whole LGBTQIA++ 10,000 LGTV bullcrap glorified. And then again, if see how it connects, you speak against it, they're going to want to cancel you, which means then you're going to not get money, which means they're cutting you off from the throat. You're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to do anything, you know. And then let's stage these viruses and stuff to get people indoors, so not everyone's around other people. And then it's this society filled with people that are isolated. So you might be around people, but you're not, because it's through this virtual digital space. And then you're not being interconnected spiritually with other people. You're just doing it all through a buffer, the air. And then with that, you're not going to really feel the sensations of understanding how to intermingle in society, to really understand people's, like, to feel their aura, basically, to feel their intuition, to really understand the way they're feeling, to have that empathy for people, because you got to be there in the present moment to actually feel it whenever you're communicating, to feel that love, to see their expression. You know, it's like, bam, you know, you might have jumped back, or you might have looked, your eyes would have been a different spot, just me doing that, because of the way you're focusing, right? So, like, you're going to get that feeling. Now, you're not going to get the same feeling compared to if I did that to you in real life. You know, it's not going to be as impactful. So being in public settings with people are going to be impactful. The issue is, like I said at the beginning of this video too, people wearing a mask. Even in real life, people are trying to only portray the best versions of themselves. So as people are doing that, you know what's going on? What's going on is people aren't being genuine. And when people aren't genuine, you're gaining fake emotions, and then you're pretty much rubbing off this impression that you have to pretty much tolerate that lie, because you can feel when someone's being genuine or not for the most part. Some people are really good at charming people, but for the most part, if your gut's telling it to you, it's probably correct. So that is tricking you into believing that they're being genuine even when they're not. It's literally ridiculous. Same with going to school. You go to school and you have to abide by whatever they say. If you speak out against it, you're going to get bullied. And a lot of times, not even just by the classmates, but by the teachers. Billy, you really believe that? Or, Billy, if that's how you really feel, or you don't trust me, go down to the dean's office. Go down to the superintendent, the principal. And then they try to re-educate you. It's a freaking joke. And then while you're there, you're being bombarded by chemicals and these crappy lunches. And then people will say, well, that's up to the parent to provide the food. Sure. Which food would you like me to provide? The stripped down soil that is nutrient enriched with pesticides and crap that are creating these plants, fruits, vegetables that are also genetically modified, and these meats that are causing high cholesterol and high blood pressure? Sure. Oh, drink water? What, this water where they add lithium and sodium fluoride to keep you docile and dumbed down? Sure. Come on now. Well, let's have these walking beacons, these cameras that are looking at you and in front of you, recording everything, and your GPS location's always there. Come on now. But remember, freedom of speech, right? Except for when you're canceled for whatever you say, which happens a lot. And in some countries, you get jailed for whatever you say. So I'm not really going to speak on freedom of speech, because in those countries, if it specifically isn't part of their constitution or contract or whatever the heck, their God-given rights over there, apparently, whatever, I'm not going to speak on it. But here in America, it's a joke. And then in Canada, yeah, people are getting jailed for whatever they say. I mean, my own YouTube channel firsthand, if I uploading this video, if it's still here, that's crazy, because some videos got literally taken down based off of fake news or false information or misinfo. What a joke. Let me put what I want to put. But you're putting other people at risk. Am I? So if that's the case, how come the people themselves have come out saying, yeah, we made a mistake about the masks and about the vaccines? So my content got removed based on bullcrap, and then after it was admitted that it was bullcrap. But I don't get an apology email. I don't get compensation for my videos. I get nothing. They just get swept under the frickin' rug, because that's how this frickin' world is. And as a Christian, I'm supposed to be happy and okay with that, and I'm not supposed to say, you know what, I hope those people die, rot, and burn in hell. Can't say that. My flesh wants to say it, and although I technically said it, I'm not supposed to mean it. And my spirit doesn't mean it. I really hope that these people do repent, and I hope these people do come to Christ, and I hope these people do stop. Now, who are these people? And that's the issue, because it's an invisible entity. It's an invisible army. It's an invisible empire. It's an unseen empire, where there's no known target. There's no known perp other than the one at the top of this world, because biblically it says that Satan is the God, the lowercase g, lowercase God of this planet, of this world, of society, of this age. And look around you, see it, and it's getting worse and worse by the year, by the month, by the day, by the week, because everyone's hearts are waxing cold, growing cold, to where people are just out for their own self-gain and satisfaction. Like I said, I was in placements growing up, and that's pretty much what happened. I seen it firsthand. My own mother got annoyed, so she wanted a vacation from me, so she'd throw me in these places. And then, let's give him some medication to help him. No, it's not to help me. Become a better parent. Do things right. Oh, but how can I give her that much of an issue? How can I blame her that much whenever she wasn't raised right? Because her parents were also born in the same system that was designed to bring people down. So I can't even be mad. She's dead anyway. But that's not the point. The point is it took me to actually grow up, have my brain become more adapted to stuff. Because at 25 is when your brain is finally at like that maximum, like, okay, you're here. You know, it's not 18. And even if it was, if it's 18, why do they allow 12-year-olds and or even younger to decide what gender they want to be? It's a joke, people. It's a joke. Yeah, I just ate the mic. And I don't mind if this is long, because if anyone talks crap, I'm just going to refer to them this video. And it's going to save me so much time, because all the information is going to be here in this video. Now, the next topic, I guess I'm going to say, it's another biblical topic, but abuse, right? So biblically, you can only be married with one person at any given time. So one male, one female, that's it. No man, no female, no polygamy, none of that. We're in the New Testament, there's no polygamy. I don't care who you are, what you say. The point is, though, is you can't remarry until your covenant spouse dies, point blank. I can post some verses, etc. if you'd like. I probably will just put it in the comment section below if you want to see. But, see, being a photographer, which, go ahead, you know, take a screenshot, it'll last longer. You know, start posting negative comments to get me canceled. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me at this point. You can only marry one person at a time, and the only way you can remarry somebody is if your covenant spouse passes away. Now, every single year, like I was saying, people would ridicule me because, see, I photographed a lot of weddings. A whole lot of them. And, I always vet my clients first. Hey, have you or fiance ever been married before? Yes? Sorry, can't do your wedding. Here's why. No? Okay, cool. I'll do your wedding. Now, the ones, for the most part, that I tell, hey, I can't do your wedding, some of them they're cool with it. Whatever. But a lot of them ain't. And they're getting mad, saying, I condone abuse. And, let people do what they want. It's not your job to judge people's relationships. You're supposed to take the pictures. It's my business. I can choose whichever type of clients I want to choose, and that's it. If I don't want, just like the Christian baker who didn't want to bake the cake for the homosexual couple for their wedding, it went all the way to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court found unconstitutional. You can't get mad. You can't sue somebody for this. And found it in the baker's favor. Same with me. If I don't want to shoot your wedding, I don't have to. But at least I have the respect and love to tell you, look, you're going to go to hell if you live in that situation. You're going to go to hell if you marry that person and you die in that state. A lot of people have heard about the doctrine and they divorced their adulterous relationship. It's adultery. So getting back to the point, people would say, oh, I'm condoning abuse because I'm telling somebody to get back with their ex-spouse who abused them, etc. Who abused them. And I'm saying, hey, you should get back together even though he was abusive. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Don't put words in my mouth, okay? I never said that, number one, I don't condone abuse of any way, shape, form, caliber, whatever. Never admitted or said that I condone abuse. But number two, I never said that you have to stay in the relationship. You don't have to stay in it, but don't get it frickin' twisted. It doesn't mean that you are allowed by God to remarry somebody else. That's like saying, well, you're not allowed to eat peanut butter. You can't eat peanut butter. So that must mean you have to eat the opposite. Jelly. No, I'm not telling you to eat jelly either. You don't have to do peanut butter or jelly. Just because I say don't eat peanut butter doesn't mean I'm saying that you're allergic to jelly, you're allergic to grapes, that you have to eat grapes. Or vice versa. You're allergic to peanuts? Don't eat jelly? That means you have to kill yourself eating peanut butter. No. What I'm saying is, you can leave them. They're abusive, fine. You're at peace. but you got to remain single or reconcile. That's what the frick I said, okay? And I'm just, I'm triggered by it because every single year, multiple people are posting in their comments or on Facebook saying, I condone abuse. So this is to set the record straight. I don't condone abuse. You don't have to be in it. I'll say it 1,000 times until I'm darker brown in the face. Till I'm blue in the face. Watch. Hold on. Hold on. Until I'm blue in the face. Listen. You don't have to be in that relationship. But you can't get into a new one until they die. Period. Now, with that out of the way, let's continue. There's millions of people that are dying and going to hell. They're not passing go. They're not collecting $200. They're going straight to hell. Even as something as simple as having 6 or 7 husbands and wives, living through that, and then being told, especially being told, the warning that they must forsake that relationship. And they don't. Then they die. Then they burn in hell. They're going to think of me and other people who told them throughout the course of their life to forsake it. But they wanted that temporary pleasure, little 100 years, if that, maybe, to have that pleasure for eternal suffering. Eternal suffering. See this cord? See how there's like many like little loops, whatever? Little curves? This is your life. Right here. This is the duration of your life. And it keeps going on and spiraling for eternity. So you care about that little bit? You dummy? You fool? You care about that little bit? This little bit here? You care about that? Not even that. That. Not even. Compared to this? Well, that's what you get. I give you the warning sign. Period. And that's just one thing. There's many things that you have to worry about. You want to get high? You want to smoke weed? You want to drink? You want to do psychedelics? You want to do opioids? Benzos? Whatever? You want to do all these drugs, these substances? No, why don't you just figure out how to live a life that you don't have to take a vacation from? Whether it's a physical one, emotional one, mental one, spiritual one. Live to where you could do it all. To where you're happy sober, you could travel, and you could be a positive influence on society. And now I understand, society don't want that. Most of society wants the negative influence. They don't care at all about the positivity. Because in this world, and biblically this is true too, people love to hate. And people hate to love. People love death. And the death would love to come back and repent, but you can't. You only have this time right now to actually do it, to do it the right way. And God is so merciful with you and with me and with everyone else that he even says, and it's biblical, how many times should we forgive our brother who done us wrong? 7 times? No, 7 times 7. 70 times 70. That's how merciful he is. But you can't keep living in this filth. Don't set your eyes upon any wicked thing at all. Anything. And I know it's hard, it's tempting. I'm hypocritical if I say that I've never looked at something bad. I've looked at a lot of bad stuff for years. But I'm done. Done looking at bad stuff. I'm done with the lust. Heck, I dropped the video games 9, almost 10 days ago. And I wasted my entire summer playing games. Truth. I just said enough's enough. Lord, what do I do? The voice was there. Quit. Took a bit, but randomly, quit. Look at my Mario figurine here and stuff, but you get the point. It's a step-by-step process, but you better start because you don't know when you're going to die. You could die at any moment. You could die today. You could die tonight. You could die tomorrow. Jesus Christ is coming back like a thief, as a thief in the night. Doesn't even say like a thief, it says as a thief. So do whatever you can to be that positive force. Be whatever you want to be, but make sure it's profitable for the kingdom, because in the end that's all that matters. See, there's two kingdoms. There's the kingdom of heaven and there's the kingdom of darkness. Right now we're in the middle. We're on earth, which is kind of like it's a believer's only hell and an unbeliever's only heaven. Oh, I just got a nice, oh, that's powerful. Hey, brother. Sorry I didn't respond sooner, man. We're just going through a lot the past couple of days. I wanted to reach out and say thank you so much for what you did, man. It's definitely great meeting you. And I've been leaning towards walking with the Lord more, to be honest. So meeting you was like something divine. I don't know what to say. I'm trying not to cry. I'm emo. I'm supposed to cry, right? That's the way. That's the wake-up call. Long story short, I went to the grocery store. I'm not gonna say every detail. Some of the stuff you do for the Lord, you're supposed to keep in secret. But what I'll say is, went to the store, did my grocery shopping. Was leaving the store, seen a couple outside, talking. They had a whole bunch of bags. And I normally just ignore people or let people do their thing. But God told me, hey, go up to them, have a conversation. Talk about me. Not me, but like talk about the Lord. And I did. I did just that. And I never do stuff like that. That's my calling. I got to do that more. For real. I'm not saying I haven't done it before in certain ways, but it's been a long time. See, as you get closer to the Lord, He's going to reveal more to you. Think about it like a career. You're the boss. You hire somebody. You have a lot of stuff you want to tell them, but if they can't handle the little responsibilities, how can they handle the bigger ones? You got to get them. You got to meet them where they're at, and you have to kind of wait for them to want to nudge to the next step. Man, it's amazing. I wasn't even expecting a response. This was a few days ago. And there it is, right? As I'm making this video, they replied. I'm going to leave it at that. I got some soul winning to do. And I hope you do the same thing. Trust me, there's a lot more I want to say, but I'll leave that for a part 2. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you. Stay safe. See you in the next one.